What's up guys? Welcome back. Welcome to my bathroom. Today we're doing my self-tanning routine. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're not new, welcome back. I'm very excited because we're doing an updated tanning routine. It hasn't changed much, but the last time I did it, I was pregnant and I just was like, I can always get questions. Let's do it again. What you're gonna need is a towel that you don't care about. This is the first thing you're gonna do. You're gonna lay this down wherever you are going to tan. So just make sure it's a towel that you don't care if Tanner gets on it. I rarely get anything on this, so it's not really a big deal, but just precautionary. You're also gonna want a big old t-shirt to throw on when you're done handy. I have already showered, shaved, exfoliated. That is actually the first step. That's the first thing you're gonna wanna do. I also wash my hair whenever I do this. I'm leaving on a trip, so that's why I'm tanning today. This microfiber towel, not necessary for the tanning, but necessary for your hair. So good to let your hair dry in this instead of scrubbing it with a towel. It's so much better for your hair. My hair is so much softer, shinier, better with this towel. I'll link it for you. That is an aside. That's not the point of this video. So today we will be using my Bondi Sands. This is the tanner that I always go back to. I've tried a million of them. This is the one I can't stop using. In my last tutorial, I used this one. You can tell it's empty, so we're starting with a new one. These are very similar. This one's just a faster developing. This one you gotta leave on a little bit longer. So I'm gonna go with what I know. I'm gonna use this one today because they sent me a couple others. Like they have this really cool, this is not sponsored by the way, but they did send me this. They have this really cool like customized one and they sent me this. Like I took a little quiz and then they told me like this would be my color. I'm just not gonna try it out for a trip. I will try it out and let you guys know, but not today. Okay, so you're also gonna need a mitt and a brush. This is a little foundation brush that you can get on Amazon. This is just a Real Techniques brush. It's my favorite for doing my face, so you're gonna need these three things today. This is an old mitt and they sent me a new one, so I'm thinking about opening up my new one. You wanna make sure you remove all of your jewelry because we don't want that to get dirty and we don't want any like weird lines. Two more things. With this towel, I just wanna show you guys. You literally put it in your hair and it has this little tie back here and you twist it up and then you stick the towel in that tie. So it holds firm, which is what we need. We don't want it, I don't want it on my neck. I just want it to hold my hair back. Okay, and then you wanna make sure you don't put on moisturizer when you get out of the shower. So for me, I'm generally pretty dry. That does not feel natural to me, but moisturizer is gonna mess this up. So make sure you have just exfoliated, you stepped out of the shower, you are scrub-a-dub clean. Like exfoliate your wrists, your elbows, your ankles, everything. You can see I have some mild tan lines. Hopefully those will be gone by the end of this video. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna shake this up good. We have our mitt. I'm gonna do my upper body probably only and my face for this video. Just so you know, I usually do this with nothing on. I don't wear a bathing suit or anything. Probably gonna do about this much on the mitt. And then we are just going to start. I will rub this all the way up my arm, onto my shoulder, and I'm trying to avoid my elbow at all costs. I'm just trying to like make it so the foam, can't really see like the bubbles of the foam, and then I'm gonna start rubbing. And I'm going to blend this everywhere. I'm not gonna speed this up for you either because I want you guys like actually, if you're like following along, you can actually do it with me. You can see I'm avoiding my elbow, I'm avoiding my wrist, I'm just doing everywhere else on my arm and I'm trying to go, you know, circular motions, rub this in. The great thing about this tanner is like, it's really easy to use. Like it's really hard to get bad streaky results in my experience. So we're just gonna rub that in. And then once that's like fully rubbed in, now I'm gonna come down onto the wrist and now I'm gonna put any excess on my elbow. I usually go over my armpit slightly just so there's like a light wash. And then I bring any excess onto my chest. This is honestly hard to do without a mirror. Just using my camera. So I have a little dry patch right here. You can see the tanner is kind of sticking to it. That's gonna take care of itself once I wash off. It's really not a big deal, but just keep that in mind. If you have dry patches, that's probably gonna happen. Okay, so now that looks not super blended and we're gonna need a little more back there. And I'm kind of just like assessing. I'm taking any excess onto my wrist and onto my hand, but there's really nothing left. You wanna make sure you're not really going onto your hand with any like wet tanner. Okay, I did one more pump just to get the back of my arm. It's pretty even now, and I just want to show you the comparison. Obviously, this is not developed, and it has a slightly green undertone, which I love. It looks weird at first, but it's going to be super natural and bronzy and olive toned when we rinse it off. Okay, we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, about 2 to 3 pumps. Be careful not to get it on your fingers when you're pumping. like that might be an issue. We're gonna have to wash our hands really fast, but that's okay. So we're just going all the way up the arm. This side is always easier for me because it's my right hand. I wanna blend it in relatively quickly. I'm avoiding my elbow, I'm avoiding my wrist. We're just blending it in, any excess on the elbow, and then bringing that onto the wrist a little bit, really lightly. And we'll clean up the hands with that foundation brush when we're done. But that is basically the process. Those are the 2 arms. I'm gonna also do my chest and my neck and the rest of my body. And then I will come back to you guys and show you the face. Okay, I'll just show you the chest. I did one little pump and I'm just gonna do that all over, and then I'm gonna bring that up onto my neck. It's really important that when you do your neck, you don't have a ton of product, especially if you have lines like me, and you wanna make sure you go up to your hairline in the back. Usually when I have Ethan do my back, I'll make sure that he does like all the way like the back of my neck as well, and make sure that's really blended in. But that is the process. You do the exact same process on the lower body. The stomach and like hips are really easy. Just follow that same process for your knees and your ankles. Do everywhere around them, and then if you have any excess left on your mitt, do your knees and your ankles and like the tops of your feet. But like those weird areas that with like curves or like, you know, joints and stuff, not joints, but you know what I mean, like hard ankles and stuff like that, you just wanna make sure you have very minimal product. I always just like to use the excess. So I'm gonna just finish the rest of my body. I'll come back, I'll show you my hands and my face. Okay, so basically my entire body is done. My upper back is not, my husband needs to do that, but I want to show you guys my face. Now, some people don't like putting body tanner on their face, to each their own. Personally, I think it's really easy and it works well, and I have more control than like an overnight something that's gonna like, I just get nervous. This, I have control. There's absolutely nothing on my face right now. Honestly, I'm having a decent skin day. We did a pump or so. You wanna do it right on the mitt, and then you're gonna grab your brush and you're just gonna like kind of press it into the mitt like this. And I like to just fully coat the brush to the point where there's nothing left. And then what I like to do is I like to kind of contour the face first. So everywhere I normally put contour on, I do. And it doesn't need to be perfect. It's really fine. Like, it's not that serious, I promise. But I like to kind of do that and then blend that out. If I can make this the darkest part of my tan, it's gonna give me like a little natural contour whenever we shower this off. Okay, so basically I'm just like pressing this in to blend it into the hairline. Make sure you go all the way into the hairline. That would be a disaster. And it's gonna look nuts, okay? If it looks nuts, you're doing something right. Lightly with excess, go over your ears. It doesn't need to be totally blended out. You just want it in that general vicinity. I'm gonna sculpt the jaw a bit. We love it. Okay, and now I'm gonna go on with a second coat. I'm gonna let that dry for a minute, and then I'm gonna go on with the second coat all over the face. So another pump or so on the mitt. Might not even use all of this time. Just kind of taking a little off and swirling off the excess like this. And then I go on top of that, but also kind of do the rest of my face. And you can just swirl this on like it's foundation. Don't be shy. You're gonna end up like blending out the rest of it when you do this. And I don't think there's been a time that I've tanned my face where it's looked like totally smooth and perfect, because I have dry spots, I have blemishes, imperfections, all those things, and the tanner tends to stick to those things. But it really works itself out once you wash it off, so don't stress. If you have something really bad, like a really bad scabbed pimple or something, take a wet Q-tip, like a little bit of water on a Q-tip, and just dab it on top of it to get the tanner off. That way it doesn't like accentuate that, but it's honestly, this stuff is so incredibly creamy and easy to use, it's wild. Do not forget, behind the ears, down the neck. This is a very important, often neglected area. Basically, if you have skin, you wanna cover it. You don't wanna avoid it. And then what else was I gonna say to you guys? Oh, I'm gonna leave this on for the full 6 to 8 hours. Honestly, the longer the better. And I just read on the back of the tanner that you can do another application like 30 minutes later if you want to be darker. This is honestly a little less dark than I usually do. I usually do ultra dark, and that was the shade dark. They're both great, honestly, but I tend to do ultra dark. So I might go on with another, I might not. We'll see how it's looking in like 30 minutes. That's it, guys. That's the tan. I'm probably just gonna go closer up in the mirror and make sure I've got, you know, I buffed out anything. I gotta get Ethan in here to do my back. But I'm just gonna throw on my big t-shirt and some like really loose shorts, underwear, whatever, and let that baby marinate. And then we'll be back and I'll show you guys before I shower it off what it looks like. After, we'll show you the final result and everything. One more tip for the face before we go. You can see, I just wanted to show you guys like my texture over here. The tanner is sticking to that. Try and press instead of swiping for those areas. And honestly, just think about where the sun naturally hits your face, and that's where you want to focus the most tanner. So I'm doing like this whole area, the perimeters of the face, and then a little contour. Okay, I hope that's all the information I have right now. Okay, I'm losing my mind. I forgot to show you guys hands. So wait like 5 to 10 minutes. Well, 5 minutes is fine. Make sure you're just like relatively dry before you put a shirt on. Okay, you're just gonna do, I told you, you're gonna look crazy. It's okay. Also, my hair. You're gonna do a teeny bit, like that much. You're gonna go back with the brush, swirl, swirl. And you're going to basically lightly buff this onto your hand. I wanna make sure you guys can see my hands. I like to do like my hand first, and then go up to my fingers really lightly. And you can see I'm just like barely dusting this on. I'm not going all the way up, like it's gonna be light. We don't want to have Cheeto hands, which you won't with this because this tanner is such an olivey color. But you just wanna keep it really, really light, and the brush just gives you so much ability to blend anything weird out. I like to do it around my wrist. You can also just go over all of your areas, your elbows, knees, ankles with a brush after too, to just get out any weird spots. And that's it. I like to have tan hands. It's just a thing. Some people just avoid their hands. You can do this with the mitt too. Any excess you have on the mitt, rub that around. But look, you can see the difference already. Subtle, but amazing. Okay, now we're gonna go let this marinate. I'll be back. Okay, it's officially 6 hours later. The sun has gone down, so you won't be able to see this in natural light, but you can already tell I'm significantly darker. My face definitely got a little splotchy from the dryness. Totally normal. We're gonna rinse it off right now, and we're gonna see the final result. Also have, I told you guys, have a little dryness right here. I'm hoping this all just scrubs off. I'm gonna show you guys once I get out. Okay, we are fresh, we are clean. Tan is looking fab. It's gonna keep developing overnight. And when I got out of the shower, I just put on a moisturizer and a body butter. No skincare, nothing crazy. I only went in the shower for about 2 minutes and used like lukewarm water, not hot water, no soap, nothing in there, just a rinse and then moisturizer. And then, like I said, it's gonna keep developing overnight, and tomorrow it'll be the final full tan. So I feel amazing about how it's looking so far. Everything looks really smooth. I exfoliated a little bit on that one spot that needed, like was a little dry, so I exfoliated that off. Looks great. But tomorrow I'll be in Florida and I have a really early flight, so I will get a shot of the tan in Florida once it's fully developed and show you guys how it looks at the end. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions about my tanning routine down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Okay friends, I'm officially in Florida. We are about to go to dinner, but I have to show you the tan in all its glory. Oh no, I just dropped my bag. Okay, I got the bag in Greece. I'm very excited about it. Okay, not the point, not the point. Okay, here. I'm trying to give you a full picture here. It's amazing. Everything looks so good. So we are happy, fully approved. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.